Hello, Mo here, and welcome to some more Path of Exile in the Symphonies League. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how my build have been going since the last video I did an update for this build, and what my plan are for this build, and also some plan for a video I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to start with that video later this week. And if you wonder what the video will be, I don't feel for going to the memory fragment. Someone asked me if I could do an update for my dual will do list. Well, I actually gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it later this week. But I'm not gonna talk too much about that. So, how it been going with my build? Absolutely amazing. Well, I think it has gone absolutely amazing because I think I've finally decided what skill I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go with the Divine Ire, as I'm using right now. Because this skill have both good clear speed, as soon as I fix my little bit of a mana problem. And I could easily fix my mana problem by just inactivating one of my auras, but how fun is that, right? But anyway, I really love this skill, and it have definitely put me in the game again. Like, what am I gonna say? I just like the skill. It's amazing, and I like it a ton. I finally decided I'm gonna go with the skills, so I'm gonna of course show the skill tree and how it's been going and what my plan are for the skill tree. So let's just clear this map here. And this is not a by the way, this is not a very high map, it's a tier 5 map, but it was the second highest map I had. I have a tier 6 map as well, but I just chose to take this map as well. Right now I'm trying to farm to get to my free endgame item I want for this build, which are the same if I would to play with Ball Lightning, which I still can do actually, without any bigger problem. But the endgame items I'm after are Chevron's Wrapping. Expensive right now, it costs 4.5 Exalt. Well, it's expensive for me, but very cheap for some people, like always. So I want that item. I also want a Void Battery wand, which is also very expensive. It basically costs as much as an Chevron's Wrapping. So, but it would be an amazing item for this build. But it is expensive. But I'm gonna see if I can actually farm for it later. Who knows, maybe I get lucky and find some good stuff so I can actually get fortunate. And the last item are the Cur of the Storm. Cur of the Storm is not that important as the other ones are, but it is a really nice damage boost. And I absolutely love the effect of that item, so I want to get it. So I'm gonna say if I'm gonna do that. But I'm actually gonna start with the amulet, because it is the cheapest one, and I think it costs like 120 something chaos, which is not that bad actually. So I can definitely farm up for that. And I am 1/4 of the way to get it, so I'm getting there. Just playing and do the chaos orb recipe, but that's my favorite way to farm in this game. And if I actually get lucky and find some rare item, I'm of course gonna sell them and make some quick currency. But man, I wish I can find well, I wish I could find little things like there. There we got some chaos orbs. But yeah, this skill have been amazing. So I love every second of this skill. And as you can see, it certainly do damage. And I also like playing Energy Shield. It is a little bit different from how I normally playing, so that'll be a lot of fun. A little bit of a fresh air from all of my life-based build. Still like playing life-based, but it has been fun to do something different. And when you search for something, not always having to search for gear with life. I actually search for something with the Energy Shield, which is, as I said, a breath of fresh air. So yeah, I don't have that much more to say. I should actually just show my gear and all of that. I don't think you want to watch me just going through this dungeon. I was about to say dungeon, but this map here. Actually, let's take a look at how my character looks like. Since the last time you saw this character, I've done several upgrades. I just today got a new wand. And this one was very cheap. It was like 2 chaos and it had everything I wanted on it except cast speed. If it had cast speed, it would be absolutely awesome. But, well, this is good enough. What I wanted for my wand, I wanted crit chance for spells, critical multipliers, and lightning spell damage. And I got all of those free. If I just had that cast speed, but that would be much more expensive. But this wand is quite nice. I just have the same helmet as before. It's good enough. It could have a lot more energy shield, but then expensive, and my survivability haven't been really an issue so far, so just gonna go with this one. I got this ring for like a couple of days, and this amulet, sorry, for a couple of days ago. It have crit multiplier, energy shield, and resistance, exactly what I wanted. And it was also really cheap. I think I paid like 4 chaos for this one. I don't really remember. I have this ring here, nothing very special, but it works. Same with this ring here, it works. It has some resistance, some energy shield radiant, which is quite nice. Just a little bit of energy shield radiant to counteract some damage over time. It's not much, but it's something. I have the same shield as before. There are a lot more powerful spell shields than this one, but this one it's good enough. It has some decent energy shield. My boots here, not that very special, but they works. I just get this belt today, and it have a lot of energy shield, exactly what I wanted. So I really like this belt here. It also have really good resistance. And it was, I just got this one for like 10 minutes ago, and it cost me like 10 chaos. So I get a little bit back there when I'm trying to farm for my amulet, but it's worth it. And I have these gloves here, they are quite nice. Have a lot of energy shield, which I wanted. And then I have an sulfur flask to get some nice damage boost. Also give me some movement speed and increased duration, which is quite nice. I have this flask here, which I haven't used before, but figure out, well, let's try it out. And it's actually quite nice to just use when enemies are up in your face and just create chill ground and slow everything down. That's quite nice. It also increases my armor during flask effect, which is quite nice. And it actually fills up really quickly when I crit, and I have a ton of crit chance. A basalt flask to unfreeze me and protect me against physical damage. And 2 movement flasks, which are one of them I should really do something with. I actually forgot that I actually had a quicksilver flask without any mods on, just the movement speed mods. So I should really fix that. Let's take a fast look at my skill tree right now. I have ascended for the in the Merciless Trials, so I get Forbidden Power, and next time I ascend, I'm probably gonna go for Profane Bloom, but not entirely sure. Either Profane Bloom or Void Beacon. But I like Profane Bloom, but then Void Beacon, But actually I have more use of Profane Bloom, because I actually do curse enemies, and that's quite nice. Anyway. I went for the spell damage in the beginning, Tarkin's Dominion, and when I was gonna start to get my energy shield, I just went for the energy shield here, of course. Went for Arcane Focus and Arcane Will for some nice mana. I have Lightning Walker. I also have Annihilation, of course, because I'm heavily crit based. And for instability, I have Heart of Thunder. And right now I'm on my way to take Deep Thoughts, because I have a little bit of mana sustainability problems. So I'm going to go for Deep Thoughts. I have Unnatural Calm, and if you watched my last video, I have actually abandoned the idea of taking this shield note here. It's just too far away, it's not worth it. Even if it is a quite nice note. I have a Light Eater, so I can get some nice lich out of my spells, which is really nice. I have Arcane Potency, I have Serenity, I have Overcharge, and Faith and Steel. Right now I really would love to take Divine Wrath, get a nice boost to my damage. Also want to take Divine Judgment so I can have some more elemental penetration, which is really nice. I could probably take Divine Fury, but I think Divine Wrath and Judgment are good enough. Let's go and take a look at the other side. When I getting my, hopefully getting my Shaman's Wrapping, I would like to take Pain Attunement, and then I'm gonna use Prisma Guardian instead. I'm gonna take more about that if I actually get that armor. But anyway, I have Mending. I was considering taking this Yule Socket here and get Energy Wound Within, but Energy Wound Within costs like 70 Chaos right now, so yeah, maybe later. I have a Fear of Feast, and I'm thinking about taking this note here to get some even more total recovery per second, but again, my survivability is not a problem right now, so I don't think I really need it. I have Chaos Inoculation. I have Influence to boost the effectiveness of my auras. I have the whole crit wheel for spells here. And I have Written in Blood. And here I have some other note I could take. I could take Force Shaper to get some good damage boost to my Divine Ire, because Divine Ire are actually a physical spell as well. It converts physical damage into lightning damage. So Force Shaper would be really nice. So I'm gonna consider what I'm gonna do, but I haven't entirely made up my mind yet. If I'm gonna take this one or the one on the Templar area. I have Ghost River, I have Infused and Soul Thief. And that's pretty much my skill tree. If you have any ideas of improvements of my skill tree, because improvements are always nice, please let me know. But anyway, let's take a fast look at my my skill gems. So Divine Ire, and by the way, I finally get a 6-linked armor. I think I forgot to mention that. And this armor was cheap. Like, this whole build so far has been quite a bit of a cheap build, but I like to make cheap builds. But anyway, the armor is quite nice. But Divine Ire is supported by faster casting, increased critical damage, lightning penetration, physical to lightning, and increased critical strikes. So that's my setup. I don't know if that is the most optimal setup, but it works relatively well right now. My other skill gems I'm using Movement Skill, which is the classic Lightning Warp, together with less duration and fast casting, just to get to out of bad situation or into bad situation if you feel for that. I also have a Sovereignty, which I'm using right now. Also leveling up a bunch of random skills here. I also have a Curse on Hit setup, together with Hail of Thunder. And there are cursing Wallow's Mark, so I get some even more life regeneration. But most importantly, I'm getting mana back when I'm hitting enemies, because as I said before, I'm really on the verge of not mana sustaining, so that's why I'm taking some mana there. I could just stop using Hail of Thunder or something like that. But yeah, actually, why do I have Elemental Profilation there? Yeah, I have a little bit more mana. Man, I'm such a noob sometimes. How could I forget that? Whatever. It was just a bad placement of me. Sometimes you make mistake. But anyway, I have Hail of Thunder together with Wallow's Mark and using Curse on Hit. So I will curse enemies around me. And that's pretty much the skill gems I'm using, which I'm active right now. I'm using a Discipline as well. And I'm using Val Clarity, and I have my Clarity here, but I'm not using it right now. And I'm using my Val Clarity to just be able to cast spell without any mana cost. So that's pretty much it. All of the other skill gems here is just me leveling up stuff. I don't know why I still have Hatred here, because I can't leveling up anymore, because I don't have enough dexterity. Hatred, by the way, gives a lot of damage for Divine Ire, because it gains 20% of physical damage and extra cold damage, so that's quite nice. But anyway, that's my build so far. Tell me what you think about it, and if you have any ideas for improvement. And as you can see, I'm quite stupid sometimes, and why did I put Elemental Profilation on here together with Hatred, with Hail of Thunder? Because one thing, Hail of Thunder can't shock. That means that the Elemental Profilation do absolutely nothing. But I'm just leveling it up, so I just might have forgotten that I have it there. But anyway, I made a mistake. But anyway, I thank you for watching, and I see you guys next time.